Today our group will present a case study on Islamic financial planning. This study is based on real client, with personal details undermined to ensure confidentiality. The purpose is to analyze the client's financial situation and propose Sharia compliance solution for long-term stability. Case overview. The client is a school teacher in his mid-40s, married with a stable household income. He has subscribed to several family takaful plans, providing coverage of more than 500,000. His monthly takaful contribution are around 800, which reflect his commitment to protecting his family's financial future. Purpose of case study. This case study demonstrates how Islamic financial planning can be applied in practice. We will evaluate the client's financial situation and explore how Sharia compliance strategies can help him achieve long-term financial stability. Objective of presentation. By the end of the presentation, we aim to analyze the client financial profile and situation, identify 6 key components of Islamic financial planning, provide practical Sharia compliant recommendations, summarize the long-term benefit for the client and his family.
I will present a brief financial profile of Mr. Chi Azmi Chi Aziz. Mr. Chi Azmi is 45 years old and works as a teacher. He earned about 7,000 ringgit per month and have a stable source of income. As a government employee, he has a strong financial foundation and steady cash flow. Currently, he has a life coverage of about 300,000 and a medical coverage up to 215,000 ringgit per year. This provides basic financial support and healthcare protection for himself and his family. Overall, his financial situation is good and stable. However, there is still room to improve his future planning by increasing his coverage and building more savings. This can help provide better support and peace of mind of his family in the years ahead.
Cash flow management refers to the process of managing income and expenses to ensure financial stability. Based on the case study, the client is a 46 years old teacher with a monthly income of 7,987 ringgit and 35 cents. The total takaful contribution proposed is 798 ringgit and 35 cents per month, which represents approximately 10% of the client's monthly income. This indicates that the client is financially capable of maintaining takaful protection without affecting essential living expenses. However, the client is advised to prepare a proper monthly budget, establish an emergency fund, and increase Sharia compliant savings and investment. This recommendation is in the line with Islamic teachings that promote moderation and discourage wasteful spending.
Hi, my name is NURUL IZAHTUL. I'm Binti Norman 824A3845, and I'll be explaining about the risk analysis and takaful plan. Through our analysis, we found 3 main risks. First, the risk of early death. A sudden loss of life would immediately stop his income. This would leave his family financially helpless. Second, disability risk. Any permanent physical or mental disability would stop him from teaching. This would end his ability to earn money forever. Third, medical cost risk. Rising healthcare costs could completely use up his personal savings during a sudden medical emergency. To solve these problems, we recommend a 4-part strategy. Our main solution is the ikhlas value term takaful. This plan will act as the primary replacement for his income. It is highly cost-effective. For a low monthly payment of just 210 ringgit 45 cents, it provides a large 200,000 ringgit measure safety net for both death and total permanent disability. To improve his financial plan, we advise him to avoid expensive endowment policies. Instead, he should put those savings into Sharia-compliant investment with higher returns. Finally, we handle medical risk by adding the Ikhlas Medic Rider. This offers a 250 50,000 ringgit Malaysia, limit to protect his hospital costs separately.
Hi, I am Alyaa. I will present Islamic investment planning for our client Cik Azmi, Cik Aziz. Islamic investment means putting money into halal and Sharia compliant assets free from riba, garar and maisir. Permitted contract include mudarabah, musyarakat and wakalah. Our client Cik Azmi is 46 years old with a monthly income of 7,987 ringgit per month. He has no Islamic investment portfolio and only has 40 years before retirement at age 16. We recommend 3 investments for him. First, Islamic trust using wakalah or mudarabah. Second, Sharia compliant gold using buy al-saf. And third, ASNB using mudarabah if he is eligible. Our strategy by age is as follow. At age 46 to 50, invest 60% in equity and 40% in sukuk. At age 51 to 55, invest 40% in equity and 60% in sukuk. At age 56 to 16, invest 20% in equity and 80% in sukuk. The 6-month plan is simple. Open an Islamic investment account. Contribute 200 ringgit to 500 ringgit monthly. Add gold investment and review performance every 3 months. In conclusion, Cik Azmi must start Islamic investment now for a secure retirement.
Next, I will be presenting about the Islamic retirement planning. Our client is currently 46 years old, working as a teacher in the public sector. He has exactly 14 years left before reaching the mandatory retirement age of 16. While he is entitled to the government pension scheme and also relying on his income stream in his golden years, poses a significant financial risk due to aggressive lifestyle inflation and skyrocketing post-retirement medical costs. To address this gap, we analyze his existing Ikhlas Impianku plan, which requires a monthly contributions of RM322.90. This endowment type plan is highly strategic for retirement because it offers guaranteed cash pays out every 2 years, ensuring liquidity. Furthermore, it projects an accumulated maturity value of up to 56,170 ringgit under investment scenario Y, which can successfully act as a financial cushion. From a Sharia perspective, this plan perfectly aligns with Islamic jurisprudence. It utilizes a wakalah structure where 30% of the funds go into the participant's individual fund for clean, Sharia compliant wealth accumulations, while 70% goes into the risk fund as tabarruk for mutual protection. This ensures our client's retirement nest egg is not only growing steadily, but is also completely ethical and blessed under Islamic law. Thank you.
My name is Nur Husna Binti Husaini and my matric number is 824A3162. For Zakat planning, the client is a teacher with a monthly income of RM7,987.25, which is approximately RM95,847 per year. Based on this income level, the client's annual income is likely to exceed the nisab threshold and therefore income zakat should be assessed. To ensure consistent and timely payment, we recommend a monthly salary deduction scheme. In addition, the client should review any savings or investments to determine whether additional zakat obligations apply. For tax planning, the client should maximize available tax relief such as EPF contributions, takaful contributions, spouse relief, and child relief where applicable. The client currently owns an Ikhlas Value Term Takaful Plan with a monthly contribution of RM210.45, which may qualify for tax relief. Furthermore, any zakat paid through authorized zakat institutions can be claimed as a tax rebate, helping to reduce the overall tax payable. Therefore, effective zakat and tax planning can help the client optimize cash flow while ensuring compliance with both Islamic principles and tax regulations.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I will be explaining about the strategic estate planning instrument used to protect financial asset and ensure family welfare. Firstly, property and cash grants. This strategy involves implementing conditional grants for active bank savings accounts and future property assets. It helps ensure that clients' welfare is protected without going through the long and complex process, which can take up to 2 to 5 years. Next, wills and appointment of executors. A will is prepared to appoint clients or a professional trust company as the executor. This ensures that the estate is managed properly, including settling any outstanding debits smoothly and efficiently. Lastly, maqasid hifz al-mal. This refers to the protection of wealth under Sharia principles. It ensures the financial security of the family and prevents sudden poverty. In line with the Sunnah, which encourage living heirs in a stable financial condition. That's all from me. My name is AMIRAH Binti GHAZALI and my matrix number is A24B3773.
Firstly, let's look at the current situation. The client already holds 3 takaful plans, which is Ikhlas Impianku with 15,000 ringgit coverage, Ikhlas Bersama with 100,000 ringgit coverage, and Ikhlas Value Term Takaful with 200,000 ringgit coverage. However, the total coverage is still low compared to the client's annual salary of 96,000 ringgit and family dependents. Based on Islamic financial standards, the recommended coverage should be at least 10 times the annual salary, which is approximately 960,000 ringgit. Therefore, our recommendation is to add coverage through Ikhlas Value Term Takaful as it offers lower cost and higher protection. We also suggest adding health riders such as Ikhlas Medic or hospital income to help cover medical expenses. From a Sharia perspective, this recommendation aligns with the principles of Tabarruk and Wakalah, ensuring Sharia compliant protection. The additional coverage will help close the financial gap related to debt and family living expenses in the event of death or total permanent disability. In summary, increasing family takaful coverage strengthens financial security while maintaining compliance with Islamic principles. Firstly, let's understand the importance of having an emergency fund. It protects the family from unexpected financial shocks such as income loss, medical emergencies, or sudden expenses. It also helps avoid reliance on interest-based loans and ensures financial stability while waiting for takaful claims to be processed. Secondly, the target savings amount is based on the client's monthly salary of 7,987 ringgit 25 cents. Therefore, 6 months of net salary equals approximately 40,922 ringgit 50 cents. That's enough to cover essential living costs like food, rent, bills, and children's education during emergencies. Third, we recommend using Sharia-compliant savings instruments such as a savings account, tabung haji, or Islamic money market funds, which are liquid and low risk. Next, for implementation, the client should set a monthly savings target between 800 ringgit and 1,000 ringgit. Keep it in a separate account and review the fund annually to match changes in salary and living expenses. Finally, from a Sharia perspective, this recommendation upholds the principle of hifz al-mal, or preservation of wealth. It prevents the family from falling into riba-based loans and supports Islamic financial governance, which promotes balance between protection, savings, and investment. In conclusion, establishing a 6-month emergency fund ensures both financial resilience and Sharia-compliant wealth preservation.
My name is NURIN IMAN, A24A3115. Next, I will present Recommendation 3 and Recommendation 4 for the client. Recommendation 3. Prepare hibah for beneficiaries. For Recommendation 3, we suggest that the client prepares a hibah arrangement for his beneficiaries. The client is married and has family dependents. Although he already owns several takaful plans, there is no information showing that he has established a hibah arrangement. The main issue is that without proper estate planning, heirs may face delays in assessing assets after the client's death. During this period, the spouse and children may require immediate financial support for their daily expenses and future needs. Therefore, we recommend that the client establish a hibah arrangement through a licensed Islamic estate planning provider. This allows the client to clearly identify beneficiaries and ensure assets are distributed according to his wishes. For example, a property or cash assets can be hibah directly to the spouse or children, allowing them to receive it more quickly. From a Sharia perspective, hibah is a permissible transfer of ownership that helps protect family welfare and supports the objective of hifz al-mal, which is the preservation of wealth. Recommendation 4. Start Sharia compliant investment. For recommendation 4, we recommend that the client start investing in Sharia compliant investment instrument. As a government teacher, the client has a stable monthly income, while takaful protection and emergency savings are important. Long-term wealth growth should also be considered. The issue is that savings alone may not be enough to achieve future financial goals, and inflation can reduce the value of money over time. Therefore, we recommend allocating part of the monthly income into Sharia-compliant investments such as Islamic Unit Trust Fund, Tabung Haji, ASB or ASB2 if eligible, and Sharia-compliant robo-advisors. For example, investing 300 to 500 monthly can help build wealth over time and supports future goals such as retirement planning or children's education. These investments are Sharia compliant because they avoid riba, gharar, and prohibited activities while providing a halal way to grow and preserve wealth.
To conclude, the client has a strong financial position, the stable government salary, and existing takaful protection. This provides a solid foundation for financial stability. However, there is still a protection gap as the current coverage is below the recommended amount. Therefore, additional life and health takaful coverage is needed to better protect the client and their family. To strengthen financial security, we recommend several Sharia compliance strategies, including increasing takaful protection, paying zakat, implementing hibah, investing in Sharia compliant investments, and also maintaining an emergency fund. These strategies will help build long-term financial resilience, reduce dependence on riba-based financing, and also preserve wealth for future generations. In conclusion, Islamic financial planning is not only about protecting wealth but also about balancing financial needs with spiritual responsibilities. By following these principles, individuals can achieve both financial security and barakah in their life. Thank you.